Right, it's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. I thought it was Thursday. Can't believe it. So, it's probably been a while since you've seen my face before. I've actually been sharing it a few times when I started this channel, but I haven't shared my face in a while. Now, in this video, I'll be showing you the easiest free guest posts of your life. Now, if you've been searching for ways to find guest posts, you've probably stumbled upon so many ChatGPT types of content to find free backlinks. But a lot of this is just basically putting ChatGPT in there just to get the clicks, which is I guess how YouTube works. But regardless, you're going to want to have a notepad ready because I'll be going over a bunch of stuff. This will be more of a lengthy video. And what am I talking about here? What is this free method? But before I go into that, if you haven't already, make sure to download the Easy SEO extension. It's free. I created this, or I had developers create this because I used an entire stack of SEO tools and I just got sick of it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to create mine. And I'm also giving away an API key or API keys for Keyword King, which is the keyword tool. All you have to do is comment. And if you comment on multiple videos, there's a higher chance of you winning. And you don't need an API key to use this tool. So let's get straight into it. So what is this free method I'm talking about? It's using the X or Twitter, as it used to be called, bio search. And you're basically going to be finding people with websites within your industry. So you could be into the entertainment space, like you talk about anime and video games. You could be into beauty. You could be into, I don't know, construction, whatever. So how do you do this? Well, step one, use X's advanced search. So how do you do that? So here I am on X. So go to the search bar, just type anything in. I'm just going to say Bob. Type this in. Okay. Search filters, as you can see here. Just click on advanced search, as you can see here. Guess what we're going to go for? You can go for whatever niche you're in. I'm just going to use anime as an example. So anime blog. And again, you can change that to whichever space you're in. Hit search. And then we're going to go for people. And as you can see here, let's check this profile out. Okay, she's got a blog called angryAnimeBitches.com. That's an interesting site. But regardless, as you can see here, boom, she's got one. Should be a great candidate to reach out to. How about another example? MyAnimeBlog.com, D&A anime blog. So very simple, very straightforward. Let's say you're in the tech space, technology blog. One of the world's most popular marketing, creative, and technology blogs out there. Digital Buzz, boom, easy work. So what's the next thing? So you can use a tool to use this instead. This is just one that I found. It's called Twelo Search. I believe you can use it free for a number of times every single day. So let's just do the exact same thing. Anime blog. Boom, we've got a bunch out here. And another thing you can do is export it to CSV. So if you're really trying to scale up this process, you can just use a tool like this. And you can even see their bio. So as you can see here, this guy's got one, Naruto.blogspot, Figure House. So you can just see their bio straight away. So this just gives you a bird's eye view. So you can check this tool out, Twelo Search. So next thing you want to do is basically get the name and email, check their about page to find it, and essentially get their email. So here's an example. So on this one, I couldn't find their email specifically on the pages. I couldn't find the name of a person, but what you can do is use their pen name. So here's Eva, and this will depend on the niche. So if you're in the entertainment space like anime, a lot of people aren't going to show their faces. They don't like that stuff. They like to keep anonymous. Some people will show their face. They're okay with putting their name out there. That's why I say check the blog. Check the about page, check the contact us page. And it doesn't look like they've got a contact us page out here. So what's another thing you can do when you can't find their name? Well, we did find a name, but you can't find the email. Well, first of all, you can use a tool called Hunter. It's a free Chrome extension. As you can see here, boom, we've got their email. Now, this isn't a person's email, so this isn't either at someone's website.com. It's info at And if that's the only thing you can find, fine, just go by that. That's fine, but it's a last resort, so please keep that in mind. Ideally, you want the person's name, actual real name, and email. You want that type of structure, but last thing, if it comes to this, then that's fine. You'll just keep this, and then you'll move on to the next one. So you've got the name, you've got the email, so you check their about page, their social media, try and find it as well. And then you got their email using Hunter. That's what we did. Then you're going to send their email. I don't know why I've got two step twos here, but regardless, send their email. Before you do that, you want to make sure you use their name. If not, like in this case, we haven't got one, that's fine. Use a good subject line, and I'll go over what a good subject line looks like. Mention something specific about their work, because you want to make it look like you're actually interested. You're not just another person contacting them. And use a genuine email address. So ours is technically verified using Hunter. However, you want a more personal email address, which we couldn't find. So here's some tips on writing a good subject line. Keep it short and to the point. That's the best way. So the one I like to use is quick question. And this is almost getting a bit cliche because a lot of people use this now. Quick question, Bob. So you want their name. So nice and short. So mention the name of their website or name. So we've mentioned Bob, or if you want to change your quick question about anime bitches. Although if you write a curse word in there, that might send off a spam filter. So just keep that in mind. Avoid the overuse of capital letters. So don't capital letter everything to try thinking you're trying to get their attention like that. Again, it could set off a spam filter and they may never ever see it. Next, avoid things like link exchange or link request. They probably have seen a bunch of these types of emails before. Sorry, subject lines. And it's just going to get put in the bin folder basically. So very simple, very straightforward ways on writing a good subject line. Simple is best. Mention something specific about their work in their email. So what's something specific? So look at the topic of their recent blog. So in the example prior. So if you look at the latest post, this is at the top. So you could just mention something about their post. I don't know, I love the post about Jagu Shara and a specific question or thing you find in the article. You can also look at their recent tweets or retweets, and maybe you can mention something about that or how you agree with a particular comment they made. So again, look at the comments they've made on their blog posts. Look at their about page for personal interest. Maybe you read their about page and they've mentioned different things about themselves, like saying they love going skiing. Maybe you love going skiing as well. You can mention that. And look at their bio on their Twitter page. That's another way to learn a bit more about them and mention that in the email. So next up is an example. So here's the email subject line. I'd love to write for you, name, and then the actual copy, hi name. I love your site and the topics you cover are fun and interesting. I really like the post about, then mention a post of theirs. And mention the title, not the URL. You inspired me to create my own content. I have my own site called, and then mention your own site. Don't mention the URL yet. Just mention the actual name. The reason why I'm contacting you today is because I knew it would be beneficial to the both of us to do a guest post for you about then the topic they cover. So let's just say anime in this example. I would create content that your readers will enjoy and talk about. And then you can link to your website. I look forward to hearing from you. Kind regards, and then your name. Another thing you can do is if you've already done some guest posts, you can just write something like, check out my previous guest posts. Guest posts. And then leave some links to those guest posts. Very simple, very straightforward. This has worked for me, but I would revamp it. I'd try to shorten it. So what you can do is throw it into ChatGPT and get a shorter version. Boom, easy work. Just copy and paste this. Now, here's something very, very important. Don't be surprised if they ask for a fee. This is normal. I know this is a video about getting free backlinks, which you will find using this method. However, you'll find plenty of people out there asking for a fee because guess what? We're marketers, we're SEO, and marketers ruin everything, right? SEO just, there used to be a time, and I think they still do, where they just spam a bunch of sites saying how much for a link on your website, and website owners, they've caught on to this, and everyone and their mother knows that you're supposed to charge a fee for a link. However, they don't always charge a fee. So using this method, I found this is the best way to find free guest posts because the people mention it, people mentioning their site in their Twitter bio, they're typically very passionate about that topic, so they're willing to give you a free guest post if the content's solid. So just keep that in mind. Don't be surprised if they ask for a fee. This is normal. And if and when they do, pitch yourself as a startup. So you're just a startup. Let's say you're a niche site. Say I just started my niche site. Say if you're a local business, you just started your local business. If you're bigger than a local business, again, you're going to pitch yourself as a startup. And the key here is to negotiate down. So they'll give you a number, basically go somewhere really, really low. And when they say yes, then you should have gone lower. But if they say no, then that's fine. Just go a little higher and then reach a sweet point you can agree on. Next up, and you're going to want to do this, prioritizing link targets. If you're willing to scale this up, do this part, prioritizing link targets, before you do the finding an email, because you might not find that it's a fit for your website. So how do you prioritize a link target? And I'll show you what that looks like in just a moment. So you can prioritize link targets by traffic. So you can put the site into something like SEMrush or Ubersuggest, domain authority, blogger influence. So check out the social media, the following, and the engagement, as well as the likelihood of getting a link from that site. So take a look at that site and basically ask yourself, have they allowed other guest posts and links to other sites? Look at the blog activity and how relevant the content is to yours. Because if you find that they haven't published in a long time, guess what? That site just might be dead already. So there's no point. It's just a waste of time. And if the content isn't relevant to yours, then guess what? The chances of you getting a link to your site are minimal. Now, here's what it looked like. So here's the website name. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit more. It's not technically a zoom in, but I will. The website name, so you can throw in the website's name, as well as then check the traffic, jot down the DA. You can check out their X following if you're finding that they like to publish their posts or pages in general into Twitter. Have they allowed guest posts previously? Then if you find that, hey, this checks out, guess what? That's when you can get their name and email, as well as you can throw in their X profile as well. So I'll tell you what this looks like. But before that, very quickly, if you're looking to take your SEO to a completely different level, then I'd recommend a one-on-one call with me. And it doesn't matter if you're a niche site owner, a local business owner, or you own a bigger business, you'd benefit a lot from a call with me. I've worked with your small local plumber all the way to multi-billion-dollar corporation and everything in between. And let's say you're looking to increase your rankings or you're trying to take SEO full time, just click this button here, book a consultation. You can email me. We'll sort out a time and essentially I'll hold your hand and take you to a completely different level when it comes to SEO, and I can guarantee you that. So back to what I was saying. So here's an example. So I've just took down the site, took down the traffic using SEMrush, the domain authority using the Mozbar, which is a Chrome extension. Took down the X following, have they allowed guest posts? Took a look, yes they have. What's the name of the owner? Eva, what's their email? I couldn't find their personal email, so I just stuck with the company one, or the website one I should say, as well as the X profile. Maybe I want to go back to it later. Maybe they don't respond to it, so instead I send a follow-up. So if they don't send reply to that follow-up, I could just contact them on X and basically just jump in there and ask if I can guest post. So these criteria might be good for you. And normally I say don't guest post on a site if it's got less than 1,000 traffic. However, something like this, Twitter sites, one of the things I find that, again, these people are genuinely passionate about the subject. And if you read the content, you can tell as well. So I don't mind the traffic too much when it comes to something like this because I know it's a real website. So just keep that in mind. And what you're going to do is basically exhaust this list. So I've typed in anime blog. So anime blog, go to people and basically check out everything, and you're going to exhaust all of this. Put this into that spreadsheet, put all that information in there. After you've got all this done, then you can find the emails and stuff, the ones that you want to contact, and again, prioritize by domain authority and traffic. And let's say you're done with anime, maybe there's another one. So shows blog, because I guess anime is a show, and people blogging about shows, well, guess what? They may be into anime, so you've got that one, so you can exhaust another list here. So let's get even more broader. So this is entertainment. I think I just spelled entertainment wrong. Yes, I did. I can't spell. Entertainment blog. There we go. And you can exhaust this list. And one of the important things here is, as I mentioned previously in the doc, is do they create my type of content related to my website? So you won't be jotting down or recording irrelevant sites. And that's essentially it, really. That's how you find free guest post sites. Now, very quickly, chances are this is the first time you've stumbled upon one of my videos. And you're thinking, where I am? Where am I? I'm in my shed because there's some work going on in the house. It's bloody freezing in here, but I wanted to get the content out as soon as possible. So, who am I? My name's Sakes, and I've been doing SEO for over 7 years now. As I mentioned previously, I've worked with your small business all the way to a multi-billion-dollar corporation and everything in between. Whether that's e-commerce sites, B2B, local, I've pretty much done it all. And this channel, what I want to give you is essentially SEO tactics that you'll struggle to find anywhere else, like this one. And if you look at the rest of my YouTube channel, it's pretty much like that. It's real stuff, it's genuine stuff that I've actually tried and implemented. Also, these things are easy to implement. If you look at my channel, the things that I go over, it's not difficult to do. It's very simple, very straightforward. And if you don't know how to do it, there's plenty of YouTube tutorials on how to implement a particular item. Also, respect your time. As you saw, I got straight into it and I went over it very quickly. And essentially, I always respect your time. I like to keep my videos under 12 minutes. I know this is about to hit 18, but as I mentioned in the beginning, this will be more of a lengthy video. And on top of that, there's no generic advice like, oh, create good content, or reach out to a website and ask if I can guest post. It doesn't work like that. As I mentioned, it's a pay to win game. And this is one way to try and get those free links. My promise to you is you won't see short and highly valuable content like this anywhere else. And as I mentioned, if you're serious about taking your SEO to another level, then I'd highly recommend a one-on-one session with me. That's it for this video, and thanks for your time.